What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another whiskey review. I'm Eric, and today we're going to be talking about bourbon. On the docket, Booker's 2008-01 Kathleen's batch. So I will give you a nose, taste, finish review, talk a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts and score, leave you with a malt musing as usual. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about Booker's. So Booker's whiskey is actually a barrel strength bourbon. So it's bottled uncut and un-chill filtered from the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. And so they say that this is from the center of the rack house where the temperature and humidity aligns to create the deepest and most intense flavors. This whiskey in particular is bottled at 6 years, 3 months, and 14 days at 63.7% alcohol by volume. So that's 127.4 proof. So it is definitely barrel proof and definitely packing a punch. So the bottle actually of any Booker's you get comes in a pretty cool wood box container like this. It's got a little slide on it that comes out made of plastic. And inside, they give you a little card with a whole bunch of details about each batch. So as I mentioned, this is 2018-01. So they do about 4 different batches of Booker's each year. So you'll get like a, 2019-01, 02, 03, and 04, and they're kind of released throughout the year. Here's another look at the bottle. All the bottles look relatively the same except for this label indicating which batch it is and some information about the batch. And yeah, all right, so let's get this in the glass. So Kathleen's batch is actually kind of an interesting story. Each one of them, like I said, in that card has a whole story behind it. But basically, the story behind this one is Kathleen is in 2015 was inducted into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame, and she was actually mentored by Booker No. And so this bottle is kind of in dedication to Kathleen. I believe she actually handpicked this herself, and was really well known in the whiskey world as somebody who really knew a lot about the product. And so this should be a really interesting bottle. So let's take a peek at the color here. As you can see, really, really dark, even for a 6-year. You can definitely tell they have not added any water to this one at all. Kind of a deep red, brownish color, looking really good. Let's get into this. So right away on the nose, wow, I mean, that this has got at least over 60% alcohol. It is really powerful. There's a strong vanilla, kind of a dark barrel char thing going on. I also get a really heavy cherry cola note, almost like maraschino cherry. There's definitely alcohol, as it, 63.7%. You're just not going to avoid it at an age that's only about 6 years. But there's also some spice. It's very deep and rich. The spice is kind of like a rye note. There's also some kind of clove spice going on as well. All in all, smells delicious. Okay, well, let's give it a taste. Cheers. Kind of medium bodied, but quite viscous and heavy, full flavor. Vanilla, dark brown sugar, caramel, kind of a caramel toffee. That cherry is still there, really, really prominent. The rye spice as well. And almost like a slight mintiness. As it goes into the finish is really long, quite rewarding too. Getting kind of a peppery spice, like kind of a chili spice or black pepper, cracked black pepper thing. The mint is still kind of there, and as well as the vanilla, which is just carrying through all the way on this one. Also, a little bit of a peanut note, which is something that I think a lot of folks pick up in Jim Beam products. So there's a little bit of it here on the finish. Toasted marshmallow. And yeah, barrel char, caramel toffee. It really goes on for a while. Really, really nice finish on this one. Okay. We'll put a little bit of water on this at 63.7%. I mean, this is the kind of whiskey that, in my opinion, you just need to put water on, both to just kind of tame the fire and bring out some of the flavor. So with the addition of water on the nose, that alcohol burn kind of tapers off, as well as the cherry tapers off a bit too. Standing up a lot more now, toffee, caramel, brown sugar, but it's deep and rich, you can tell. Yeah, the vanilla is there, but that's dissipated a little bit as well in that barrel char. Fantastic. With the addition of water, the flavor profile just kind of explodes. It takes a bit of that edge off. It's a bit more palatable. Still, caramel. There's the cherry again. Kind of like a candied maraschino cherry cola type thing going on. The brown sugar. The rye spice is tamed a little bit, so is that kind of pepperiness that I mentioned earlier that I got on the finish. It's tapered down a bit. This really brings out, there's that marshmallow flavor again. Caramel, toffee, the peanut's still there a little bit. Take one more sip of this. It's just so rich. As you know, if you've seen any of my other bourbon reviews, I'm a big fan of barrel proof bourbon. And so the Elijah Craig barrel proof in particular. But this Booker's Kathleen's batch, this is a good one. And it's kind of right up there with that, the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Although this one is only 6 years and those barrel proof Elijah Craigs are 12-year. You can tell this tastes like a younger whiskey. It's sharper. It's got rougher edges. There's a little bit more alcohol burn, but not too far beneath that, especially with the addition of water. You're getting a lot of great flavors out of this. Yeah, big fan. So a bottle of Booker's will run you anywhere from about $60 to $75, really depending on where you are in the States. I personally feel like it's worth it. It's because I am a big homer for barrel proof bourbon. I think I would justify spending $75 on it. And plus, you do get batch variations. As I mentioned, they do these 4 batches a year. So you're always going to get something a little bit different. But by and large, you can buy with confidence knowing you're getting a solid Jim Beam product, barrel proof, uncut, unfiltered, Kentucky straight whiskey. I mean, this is the way it should be. This is what it's all about. Great. All right, y'all. So looks like I've killed this bottle. And that is a testament to how delicious it is. My final score on this is going to be a very generous 4.5 out of 5. I've really just never been disappointed by a batch of Booker's. And while this one, I would say, is a hair above average, and I think it was probably the best of the 2018s, you can still find it. You know, some shops will have a whole bunch of batches on the shelf. This one, out of all the ones I had in 2018, which I did have a chance to taste all 4, this is the best one. So I'd say grab this, or really grab any Booker's without any hesitation, and use water liberally to kind of tame that burn and open up the flavors and just enjoy the ride. Great stuff. All right, y'all. So that's it for this review. I will catch you all next time here in Rabbit and Red Reviews. And as always, I will leave you with a malt musing to send you on your way. Cheers, y'all.